Hello everyone and welcome back to Dyson Sphere Program. This is Otaku Showboat and today is Sunday, February 7th, 2020, aka Super Bowl Sunday. Whoa. Anyway, I started a new personal save that I played through a little bit, just a tad on the new personal save, and the main difference between the save that we have now and my previous personal save with that playthrough is that I'm playing with infinite resources, infinite in air quotes because it's actually just effectively infinite. As it turns out, it sets ore density into the billions range. So, for all intents and purposes, infinite. Not true infinite. And let's see. I sort of spent my time setting up a bunch of foundations on my personal save. I set up like 6 foundations per second early to let them accrue, and I've been having a lot easier of a time. Hello, Ollie. Hello, my Ollie. That's my pretty Ollie. Yes, that's my pretty boy. How's the boy? He wants lap. Yes, he wants to sit on the lap. Yes, that's my baby. That's my baby. However, we are not playing the personal save. We are playing the stream save, which doesn't have anywhere near as much foundation to work with. Oh boy. Oh boy. So what did we do and where did we leave off? We have purple cubes. So that's a thing. Yay. Have there been any updates to the game? I don't think so. Why do you just take me to Steam? I don't think so. There was an update on the 3rd, and there has yet to be another update since. Okay. We're working on some yellow tech before we get into the big purple zone. Meaning that until we are able to actually make the green circuits, the green cubes, which are here, we need to get to this tech, which means we need this one into this one, and this one into this one. So, where's that on this queue? Nowhere! It's nowhere on this cube. This one's here, the gravitational waiver faction, in order to go to different places in said universe. Branch of the actual universe. We need to get the quantum chips, which needs these, which needs this. And that's our queue full. Alright. Are you ready to scale? I think I'm ready to scale. So the green cubes, they're going to need a lot of hydrogen. Those Casimir crystals, they use a lot of hydrogen. A lot. Also, apparently that's a thing you can do. I hadn't thought about the potential for burner leaching, but hey, there you go. Built-in burner leaching. It's part of the game. That's one thing to mention that I now know. You can do the same thing with research labs, apparently. They will leach research from research labs just like in Factorio. And I need to mention about the fractionators wherever I did this little setup here. So, as it turns out with fractionators, this would be the setup. This would be a valid setup for the fractionators that would operate at the input rate of hydrogen. However, it's a 1-to-1 with fractionators, which is not the point. The point is to use the hydrogen and to get rid of it. Not to convert all of it to deuterium, A. Like, that's step one. It's to make sure that we have a constant supply of the oil. But as we're about to find out, as we are working our way towards the green cubes, they're going to need a ton of hydrogen. To the point where we will have the opposite problem, where we need to deal with extra processed oil. So, in the end, what you really need to be doing to make sure that you have enough of both is you need to have overflow setups that are going to be burning both for power. Now, right now, Skystorm is streaming this game and is about to actually get the green cubes, so a bit further down, but he is a moron. Self-professed, but actually a moron. So he was doing the right thing. He's doing the right thing, and he's throwing the processed oil, the excess processed oil, into the thermal generators. That is the correct thing to do on your excess processed oil, where you are doing your oil processing and doing your cracking as well. In fact, I would say that maybe instead of direct burning the processed oil, the excess stuff here, refined oil, maybe instead of directly burning that, we would X-ray crack to get more hydrogen, potentially, and then get rid of the energetic carbon, or graphite, excuse me, the energetic graphite in the burners, to make sure that you have enough hydrogen at any time, and then the excess of that gets thrown away. Ideally, the excess of that, if it's truly excess, gets thrown into a particle collider that will convert half of it to deuterium that you then throw away in a burner. So why is he a moron? Because he's directly doing this, and someone made the comment, the very valid comment of, well, if you're not using as much power, these aren't going to be consuming the oil. And then he was like, he looked at the thing and it's consuming oil, and he's like, no, you're wrong. No. Skystorm is wrong, because it would be consuming oil faster if you needed more power. The power generation system in this game will scale based off of the percentage of the available power. So right now we have an overabundance of power of about 75% usage. Or about 75% usage. So this thermal power station right here on this power load is going to scale its processing to our power load. It is scaled to your power load. So if you have, say, a ring of solar panels around the equator making hundreds and hundreds of megawatts of power at a time, these things are not going to be that great. They're not going to be consuming as much of the excess fuel, as if you didn't have the stupid ring of solar panels around the planet. Ah. And there's also no point to having, like, millions of these guys daisy-chained. Like, having millions of these guys daisy-chained assumes you can actually run them at 100%. You're not going to be able to ever run them at 100%. That's not happening. Not with other sources. You're limited to the input throughput of the input sorters A. Yeah. I have lots of words on how Skystorm in particular has been playing this. And I have seen Day 9. Day 9 played this game for Day 9's day off and directly gave tribute to Nilaus in the best possible way imaginable by erecting an incredible spaghetti belt in Nilaus's honor that did a whole bunch of squiggles all over the place in a little area. Just the perfection. The perfection belt. Just for Nilaus. Oh, it was nice. It was nice to see. So, what are we actually going to be doing now that I have said these things? I am going to filter and store hydrogen primarily and not shove it into this system at all. First off, it will only go in here when this fills completely. That's a step one. Note that this huge array here is big enough to process all of the crude oil on the planet. As I tap into crude oil and shove it onto logistics stuff, this line will process all of it. I need a line that is twice as large as this, a setup that is twice as large as this, to crack the refined fuel, the refined oil, into hydrogen. The overflow into hydrogen. Isn't that nice? We need to have so many of these buildings. Do I really feel like it? Do I really feel like dealing with all that? Nah. Nah. Now, what I'd rather do is scale up some of this stuff. As it turns out, these guys, these electric motors, they're only used to make electromagnetic turbines and Mark II sorters. That's it. These motors, sorter Mark II, and green turbines. There is no point to storing them in here. It is eating up a slot on my planetary logistics station here. For no freaking good reason. It's just gonna be storage. In fact, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna freaking nix that. And I'm gonna stick a wherever I can fit one. I'm just gonna stick a merger or a splitter in somewhere. Gosh, why? Why you no cooperate? Which one? Which is the one that I shall use on this day? You know what? I'm going to use this. Yeah. you're just gonna go outwards. Yeah, and then you're gonna go and do that. And you are going to go out and around. Really? Huzzah! Success! Now what we're going to do is we're going to say, oh hey, you're going to input priority from my production, and you're going to evenly split, and it will eventually consume everything in this storage, and I can reset this. I am going to wait until it empties it out, because I'm pretty sure if I hit this button, it's going to try to give me everything in my inventory there. We don't want that. We do not want that. That's for certain. No, so instead what I would rather do is scale all of these up and scale up these green guys by a lot. Yeah. So we're going to start working with this scale of things, and we're going to add another 2 there. This guy will be in the way. That guy will be in the way. Oop, wrong thing. Whoops. Whoops. Again, wrong button, wrong direction. Come on, there you go. There we go. Much better. Much better. Then we need this out to here. This down to here. And that shall be that. Huzzah! Huzzy huzzo huzzoo huzzum. Get that in, 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 get that in. I'm gonna need a lot more of everything. But of the magnet thingies, coils in particular. Alright. Belt for output, F3. Gosh dang. Why? Why do I even have... Hold up. Hold up. Why do I even have... Die. Delete the wonderful things. Why, hello. Ooh. I'll take it. We can now travel at 2,000 meters per second. Yay. 2,000 whole meters per second. Huzzy, huzzah, huzzoo, huzzum. Da ba 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 ba. Doink. Go down. Go down. Go up. More. More of these things, please, God. Give it all. Wait, is that slow? Oh my gosh, it's a slow belt. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. You're a slow. You're a slow one. We're going to need to upgrade that. We're gonna need a bit of an upgrade there. Yup. Same with the little magnets. Hello, magnets. You're gonna come down all the way to there. Fortunately, the sorters will see that you have upgraded the thing. So that's nice. Come on down, magnets. Now, the question is this Mark 1 section going to be fast enough? Most likely not. So, right from here, all of this needs to go. Ollie's a snoring. He's a snoring boy. Yes, he's snoring. Oh, God, that's also, that's also not Mark III. Yeah, that's gotta go. There. Better, but why? Why would I do this as Mark 1? Why? Why you Mark 1? Alright. Well. For the sake of throughput, we must improve this. I apparently need more level 3 belt. It's a good thing we are quite literally in the location where I'm making all of my Mark III belt. Yeah. It's nice being at the location that's making the belt. I have a few units. Just like I have a few sorters. And a few assemblers. How many of those assemblers do I actually... Oh, hi. I need a few more. Thanks. Or I would like a few more. Okay. Now, how are we looking? Are we throughput limited? Well, it would help if I had my outputs on these. How's that looking? Just wonderful. That's wonderful. These are lacking iron. Well, that would help. That would help a bit. Oh gosh, that's a throughput limit. My gosh, that was a very dumb route of you to take. Where are we going? Hold up, we're going to there. Oh. boy. And then we're connecting up there. That's a much better route. My goodness. Hey, be iron. Thanks. Iron ingot. Go. Let there be throughput. Joy. Do I even have that much? Nah. I don't think I've tapped into that much. Not quite yet, anyway. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure we're good now. Oh, that's not powered. Power that guy. Give all of the output. Yeah, we're looking much better than before. These are being requested in other locations, but we now actually have the storage of them, which is great. We're actually getting things to send at this point. Now that's nice. That's very nice. Now this makes... Alright, so that's going to be 2... Wow. 2 per second off of those. Also, why is that not a thing there? This will be 4 per second. Let's just go ahead and do this right quick. I could update all the others to these buildings, but I'm not going to bother quite yet. Not quite yet. So how are folks on this glorious of glorious days? I've got a full inventory, apparently, that needs clearing. Let me... what do I want to kill? What do I want to kill? What do I want to kill? That. And I guess excess amounts of all the various other things that I've got. Those, that. There's some existent space. Oh, hey, it's a purple tech. Huzzah! A purple tech. For once. You're not purpling. Why are you not purpling? Oh, because CPUs. You actually request CPUs over here. And you've got a ton. And you request CPUs as well. Okay. Oh, ow, ow, Ollie, ow, ow. Why do you always have to use your claws when you get off of me? Why do you always climb with your claws to get off me? Because he's a cat. He's a kitten. I'd have thought he'd have learned it by now, how to not do that. Not as bad as when they were 2 months. 3 months. But my gosh. Okay, where am I going and what am I doing? These are important questions that I don't know the answer to. Okay. CPUs. Right. I want to have a spot where I am making CPUs, and we're going to have an interstellar logistics station for this. Hello, level 4 mech core. Yay! We're going to try to find a location. Some sort of area that I can do this in. It's probably gonna be in here. Or over here. Literally on the opposite side of the planet, okay. Or I could do it in here, but this was more meant for other stuff. Oh yeah, so there's supposed to be an automated way of getting full power accumulators. I need to figure that out. I need to figure that out. Automated full power accumulators. Yes. I tapped those and I didn't shove them into the oil thingy. Interesting. Into this thingy that's another interstellar? What?
You have established an interstellar logistics station and opened the first node of logistics transportation among the planets.
Oh, that's my main one.
No need to transport cargo between planets manually anymore.
You need to shut it. Tutorial. Stupid tutorial. I was gonna just shove oil in here. Actually, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a... Because this... I can also get that tapped, and we can have even more oil processed, potentially. That's less than 6, right? Yes, pretty sure that value is less than 6. Alright, what do we need? We need, thingy here. How many CPUs do we want? All of them. That's the answer. Every single one we possibly can make. So that's 1 every 3. 1. So that is 1 per second. 2 per second. 3 per second. Each of those is going to need circuits, electronic circuits, as well as microcrystalline components, and it needs twice as many per unit. So if we're doing 3 per second of circuits, we will need 6 per second of the crystalline components, microcrystalline components. These guys are 1 every 2 seconds. 1 every 2 seconds. So, and then we need 6 of them. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 per second. Oddly enough, I could use a Mark I belt if I wasn't planning on scaling this even more. And it needs the same amount of each, so I may as well leave this on the outside lane. And these will need copper and silicon in. Copper and silicon, which, by the way, they're in here. I'm still gonna request them here. Or should I? Nah, I shouldn't. I really shouldn't. So, copper. And silicon. And then I need the circuits. You know what? Do the circuits here. Bring me. Remote storage. Sure. Unless I want this to be like a primary hub of moving stuff out. Yeah, I'll do remote supply here. It's just there's only 10 thingies per tower. And if I need multiple things, then that's less throughput of each individual thing, right? Less potential throughput of each individual component. Unless I use multiple towers at whatever interstellar thingy. Another planet add another planet in the system if I actually need them. Chances are I don't need them. Wow, you're at 0 of 50. Oh boy. Speaking of, that's gonna get filled, and that's gonna get filled. Hi. You've got stuff now. You're going to be a local supply, and I guess remote supply. We could just bring in processors. That sounds great. Excellent. Hello, buddy. You are going to be the circuits. That is not the correct belt type. That is the correct belt type. Please, God, get rid of that. Hello, Ave, and welcome. I am making additional CPUs right now. That is the current plan as I work on technology unlocks, because we can't get into green cubes until tech happens. And you missed me ranting and raving about other people playing this game. Streaming this game. Specifically Skystorm. Okay. Get these in. I care to rant again, please? Oh, okay, fine. Fine, so he's actually streaming this game right now. He's streaming right now, and I was watching a bit of it before starting up, and he is a self-professed moron, so when I say he's a moron, take it with that in mind. But, it's like, oh, God, you just don't understand sometimes what people mean with the things that they say. Yeah. So he's doing the right thing. I'll make that clear. He's doing the right thing. He's on his way to the Greens tech, and realizing that he needs lots and lots and lots of hydrogen, right, to get into the Casimir crystals. So much more hydrogen than the amount of refined oil, than the rate at which the refined oil can be processed and used for other things. So you end up with this backlog of the refined oil. And his solution is a valid solution of throwing of loading it into the thermal generators. And of course now people are realizing, oh hey, you can do daisy chaining of these things. Here's the problem. He was doing lines, I kid ye not, he was doing lines this long of thermal power stations to use extra refined oil. And when someone pointed out that, oh hey, those machines, they're not really using your refined oil he says, "No, you're wrong," and he points at the thing, and it is consuming some oil, and he's under this strange assumption that the game is always using power, even if it's not being satisfied. So he's like assuming that the satisfaction, that the grid satisfaction, that it's always using the fuel of 137 megawatts is what he's assuming. Fundamentally, that it's always using 137, that it's wasting power. No, it's not. The game is scaling down the power generation of your thermal generators, buddy. If you didn't have a stupid ring of solar panels around your equator with all of the wind turbines with it, making hundreds of megawatts at a time, maybe you'd be able to process that oil a little bit faster. Or maybe if that oil was completely disconnected from the rest of your power grid, you might be able to, and it was trying to power the processing of the oil. Maybe if you used it to process the oil, use it to power the processing of the oil, you'd be okay. And it would actually use more oil. And you wouldn't need as many thermal generators as you think you need to process that oil. / excess hydrogen too on the other side, excess deuterium on the other side after processing, because he was actually doing the right thing with the hydrogen too. With the excess hydrogen, it's like he was putting it into the particle colliders because they have a 2-to-1 ratio between the hydrogen and the deuterium. If you don't need the deuterium for your stuff, if you're simply needing to get rid of any excess hydrogen, then throw it into those colliders and then void the deuterium in power generation, because you cut the fuel value in half by doing that to get rid of, and it eases the amount of power that you need to use to get rid of that stuff. Like that is fine. That part is fine. It's like, just he's a moron. Like, obviously, right? It's obvious. He says it all the time. That he's a moron, and it is actually true. But he seems okay with having a whole bunch of thermal generators just trickling the usage of the processed oil to try to keep hydrogen, without realizing that those thermal generators would use more processed oil if there was a bigger power demand. It's like, yeah, it'll use a little bit of that oil for the percentage of the satisfaction you're at for your current power situation. Yeah, it will. But that's not the point people are trying to make. That is not the point people are trying to make. It's that you don't need that many thermal generators if you had a greater demand on power. Like, you don't need that many thermal generators anyway, because they can only process a certain amount, and you're limited by the throughput of the first input onto the daisy chain. That's a thing too. That's a completely separate issue, but still an issue. Alright, what was I doing? I was probably a little bit much on power. I need more power. As it just so happens, I need some more power on my planet and all of that. There are people who enjoy the way that Skystorm builds stuff, approaches the game. It's just not an approach that I would ever... Well, not in the early game. His approach is build stuff. If not enough stuff, build more stuff. That's it. That's the approach he takes. But there is a time and a place for that approach. Not so in the early game, really. You wanna have at least some control over in the early game over everything that you got. Over all of the things, and once you're at a very large scale, it is at that point that you can start ignoring all of the numbers. Well, not quite all of them, but you can start ignoring the total output numbers and go by the feel of, is it enough? Is it not enough? If not enough, get more. Just keeping in mind the fundamental ratios between things. It's like, we want to know what these fundamental ratios are, right? Between coal to graphite, and iron ingots to steel, and iron ore to iron plates, iron ore to the magnets, copper ore to copper ingots. We want to know all of these ratios, and even the ratios on the stone and the glass and the silicon and the titanium and the and the coils, the magnetic coils and the electronics and the CPUs and those intermediary products. We want to know those ratios so that when we are scaling to ungodly amounts of those things, we know how much we need to feed into those systems, and we know like what the ratios are as we build those systems, as we iterate on those systems. There comes a point where we do stop caring about totals of output, but all of that baseline stuff, we should know what the ratios are so that we're making orderly systems, and we're making systems that we know aren't being bottlenecked by anything, so that later on down the line we don't have that situation where we're like, oh crap, I don't have X because Y because Z because G because F because Delta is being a bottleneck somewhere. The idea behind wanting to know the numbers is so that we don't have the situation where we don't know what a problem is and we have to go item by item by item down the chain to figure out what the problem is somewhere. Okay, I need power. I need more power. And how am I going to get the more power that I need? Probably just more wind turbines for now. The strangest of matter has been completed. Oh boy. Isn't that lovely? Oh, I also figured out the way that we scale at the poles here. Hey, I've fingered out a thing, and it's not. Is it that? No. Is it 6? I had it fingered out, and I'm thinking it is this. It is. No. I know that makes my power situation worse, but there are lines here. I think it's this one, this one, this one, this line, this line, and this line here, and this line here. So there's 4 divisions in here. There's this spot, this spot, this spot, and this spot. And from here, basically, this ring around, I think, is it here? No, not here. Exactly, it's here? Just, I don't know. There are sets that are actually straight down. Yeah, it's... This line goes all the way to the same position, to the same ring, down the rest of the line. Let's try to find it. It's you, 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 and you. Those four. Those four. You can actually draw from this position around the ring to the opposite end of the planet 4 straight lines. 4 equidistant lines. Without any of the... Nilaus calls them fault lines, without any of the fault lines shifting over these particular lines. So that just keeps on scaling all the way down, all the way down. And it stops being able to do that right on this ring. So if we say that this is ring 1, ring 2, ring 3, ring 4, ring 5, ring 6, the 6th ring from the pole. Yes. Yes, I do need all this power. Why, yes. In fact, I do need this power. Blame the oil processing. Blame the oil processing. It is pretty much exclusively the oil processing. Can I even fit the thing on top of that still? I don't know. Not enough, no, because I don't have enough hydrogen, or I don't have enough demand on my oil right now for that. Oh gosh. How? Still? I placed how many wind turbines? You're still not satisfied? My goodness. 4th one is blocked. Do I have any foundation on me? No. Of course not. So, how much foundation am I making per second? Does anyone remember? Is it 2? Yes, I know X-ray cracking. The problem with the X-ray cracking is, it needs twice as many refineries. And each one uses over 900 kilowatts at a time. Yes, it's that you're referring to the X-ray cracking of the processed oil. Refined oil. It's this process that needs hydrogen for it to cycle. And you end up with an extra hydrogen and graphite 1-to-1. It's great for making red science, but that's really about it. I'd rather get the hydrogen off of the gas giant here. Because my gas giant is a hydrogen deuterium gas giant. There are gas giants that you can end up around that give you freaking fire ice. And I was like, what? What? My goodness. I think that's Nilaus's playthrough. He's got his home gas giant is fire ice. I'm like, really? Really? Ah. No, mine does not have fire ice. Mine is hydrogen and deuterium. That's mine. Now, apparently this 0.79 and 0.03 is per doohickey you put down on it. And I don't know if you know anything about gas giants, but they're massive. So you can put freaking ton of collectors on these things, and I think it's that much each. Well, I intend at another star, I intend to find one that has, I intend to find one that has a planet with a sulfuric acid ocean. as a very key find, because oceans are infinite, right? Water sources in this game are infinite. So if I can find one with a sulfuric acid ocean, that saves so much oil on making sulfuric acid. That saves a lot on making sulfuric acid if I can find a nearby star that has a sulfuric acid ocean. Like, that is key. A key find. As would be the ones that allow you to make the graphene, but, I mean, graphene it's sulfuric acid. If you have an ocean of sulfuric acid, that is the most free graphene you have ever gotten. That's oilless graphene for you, that's just, oh, yes. Yes. That saves your butt so very much. And also, finding a planet with an organic crystal vein would save even more oil, to the point where you don't even need the oil anymore for anything. What was the recipe for the sulfuric? It's 6 oil into 4 sulfuric. 6 refined oil, stone, and water. Yeah. Oil, stone, and water for sulfuric. It's very expensive to make sulfuric at scale. Primarily just used for graphene and for what was the other thing? There was something else. I thought there was something else. Might just be the graphene. I thought there was something else. Accumulators? No. Huh. Oh yeah, we have to figure out how to fill the accumulators. That's the other thing. Yeah, we need lots of graphene. We need lots of stuff. Oh, apparently there is a way for you to convert your solar sail ring into the permanent structure of the Dyson Sphere. So, with your ring of solar sails, if you set up part of your permanent structure of the Dyson Sphere near one of your rings, and you set up the triangular nodes stuff, the game will automatically suck in your solar sails to build the array if they're already there. It'll just use them, the ones that are there. And then they're permanent in that spot. And there's actually a picture of how it works that I'll link. It's now, I haven't independently confirmed this, but there's the image of how this works when you set it up, and it will apparently absorb your Dyson swarm of solar sails to help construct the pieces in between the nodes. Like, wow. Yes, wow is the correct word there to use. Looking forward to that whenever I get to it. If I ever do. Okay, what am I working on next? Now that I have scaled up my thingies, I need to power this. Hi. Enjoy! Power. For now. Oh god, Yeah, that's an interstellar station. Yep, the whole point to build the actual sphere. So what am I going to do here for my current power? Now, I had scaled down my power, actually, but I think I'm gonna have to build some of that back. I think I have to get some of this back. Oh gosh, this is a field. Why, hello. Oh hey, I'm making the rolls here, the nano tubes. I completely forgot about that. Okay. And you are making plastic. Huh. Cool. I need a oh. Something like that, just more. I need a relatively untapped coal vein. There's one. Right there. Please tell me I have miners. I'm not bothering to leave this spot. This spot that I know exists. My gosh, I've got quite a bit of crude oil, actually. Getting processed. Have I done the math of the energy balance? No. What I know is that the oil refinery uses 960 kilowatts. And that X-ray cracking takes 4 seconds? Yes, it takes 4 seconds per cycle to produce this takes, wait, blah. This takes 4 seconds per cycle to produce a unit of energetic graphite as well as 1 extra unit of hydrogen. So you get 0.25 hydrogen per second and 0.25 graphite per second. On a machine that takes 960 kilowatts to run each machine. Now, it's per unit hydrogen 8 megajoules, and per unit of energetic graphite like 6 point something, 6.3. So 6.3 plus 8 minus 960 times 4. So what is 960 times 4? 3.84 megajoules of power used in the cycle, and then 8 plus 6.3 is minus 3.84. So you end up with about just under 10.5. And if you think about the sorters that you're using as well, also use power. So 10 plus 10 per building of fuel value. Well, not plus 10. It's 10 in fuel value that you get out. Let's not forget that you're also using up a unit of oil to do so, of processed oil. So the processed oil's fuel value is 4.4. So you subtract another 4.4 from that to get 6, just shy of 6. Net gain of 6. The point of dealing with excess amounts of oil is to not gain efficiency, but to kill it. Now, if you need it to supplement the hydrogen supply that's not being used for power but is being used for something else, that's one thing, because then you subtract 8 megajoules from that, and yes, then just having to void the carbon is net negative, which is good for you, just to get rid of the the graphite. You're talking about my current power demands. No. I mean, current power demands, like, actually what I could do, what I could truly do is... donkey. Is that too close? Nope. That's what I could do to meet current power demands, frankly. It's not even meeting current power demands. Oh my gosh. Doinky, doinky, doinky. Let's see. We could do this math, by the way. 30 per second, right? Fill value of 4.4. Multiplied times 0.8. 3.52. 2.16. So each one lasts 1.63 seconds. 1.63 seconds per building. And then... or blah. Each unit of refined oil lasts for 1.63 seconds in each building, which is a number that is greater than 1, which means you would need even more power stations to fully utilize this belt than 30. You would need to scale that by another 63% additional, or however you want to multiply by. Yeah. So if you just times 30, 1.63 times 30. 49. We could daisy chain 49 thermal power stations to consume an entire freaking belt of the oil, of the processed oil, if we're making that much. So I can afford to do this, yeah? 2, 3, 4. I'm out of them. Now this is going to make more hydrogen, obviously. And it will only use up stuff as we are filling this storage and keeping the storage full. And then we do the same thing to the hydrogen, and we use up all of the hydrogen as best we can as well. That's beyond the current demands. Alright, how's the stuff looking? Still? Really? Wait, really? Really? It was that bad? Well, alrighty then. Oh hey, I can make these. I can build these. I can make these. Mwah. Ha. 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 Ah. So here's the thing about the deuterium. The deuteron fuel rods. They have 600 megajoules of capacity. If we use them for power, the power station is only going to use 9 at a time. 9 a second of that 600. So each one lasts over a minute, 66 and 2/3 seconds, and it's 100% efficiency. So as long as you can make at least one a minute, (66 and 2/3 seconds) that it would last. And I have all these things provided on the network. I can just set up a doohickey. What is the limitation? What do you mean? No, like for me to make one right now, I need to grab the rolls. I need to grab rolls and alloy. Both of which, like all 4 of these are being provided on my logistics network. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to have a look at getting into things like the structural thingies here, these frame materials. I wanna set up a production of the frame materials. Apparently, I can actually start making the frame of the Dyson Sphere. By the way, what else? What else? What else? It would be nice to actually just fractionate deuterium. The fuel itself, I need deuterium. Like that's all. That's all. I have the other components. I can just make a rod by just grabbing some deuterium right here. Like I can make a fuel rod out of just grabbing that. Right, quick. Just go. I can make 7 of them. Yeah, it's just 10 deuterium. Just 10. It's super simple. Now, of course, 4 fractionators operating at a processing rate of 30 per second with a 1% output. 30 times 4 times 0.01. That's 1.2 deuterium per second. Even at a 1% chance, that's still 1.2 deuterium. Huh. Per second. We need 10 per minute. Right? We would need 10 per minute to get 9 megawatts of power. Yay. That makes this very simple. Also, the obvious is that we can also put those into our mech. The obvious is now we can put this into our mech. It has a 300% chamber gen and 600 megajoules of power. This is what you need to maintain your speed as you travel in interstellar flight. To maintain your warp engine. So apparently a green cube can just be made into 8 warpers. Why anyone would do that, I don't know, but it's a thing. 'tis a thing one can do. I'm actually going to take that one out and shove the rest of those in there. And then make a setup. We need to make a setup. Alloy plus those blue doohickeys. Alloy, the blue doohickeys, CPUs, and rolls. Yeah, I know I need a lot of everything. This thing is diamonds and strange matter, which deuterium. Deuterium, iron plates, and the particle containers. Okay. Well. Yeah. Huge hydrogen sink. This is why we need to mine our gas giant. Frankly, we need to mine our gas giant, and we need to convert all of that hydrogen into deuterium in a massive fractionator array. So, we need to upgrade an interplanetary logistics station. Wait, is this the... What tech is this? Drive engine to unlock mech warp. Have I even picked up? I haven't picked up gas giant exploitation. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do that. That's what we're gonna unlock. Because I really need the hydrogen right now. In the meantime, because that's gonna take a little while to get that tech, let's scale up the blue science and the red here. Let's just tack on a few matrix labs and build more. And let's upgrade these. There we go. Let's see, how you doing on this stack? Decently well. I don't... Well, not for this particular tech, I don't need to scale the yellow, but I do need to scale the, red. I need power again. Okay, game. Okay, game. Where is that doohickey? There was a coal vein. Oh, hi. You'll work. You will do. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Come on out. Alright, which way's north? Okay. We're going that away. Alright, how many of those thermal generators do I have? 0? Sounds about right. Where is my main base? Right here. Main base. I need... Or no, this isn't main base. This isn't main base at all. This is... you. I need... these. Just a few of them. And those would be good too. Did I ever make the purple boxes? I think so. Hold up. Hole. We are down... I've already lost where I was building. I already lost track of which coal vein I was at. Oh boy, here. This one. Right over here. Right next to the purple cubes. I'm like, did the purple cubes require... yeah. So we need to make those purple boxes too. That's just great. Actually... Alright, so remember 1 per second on the coal. So we'd actually do however much this produces. We've got 6, 7, and 5. So 4 by 6, 24 per second. Meaning we could have a line of 24 of these. That's 10. 11, 12, 13. I have dropped frames. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And 15. Please tell me I have enough space to put the thingies. I do, thank you. So what's 15 times 2.16? Hopefully it's enough. And then this is able to move at a rate of 6 per trip. Ooh. I may need stack size increases. I know I have this thingy at the bottom left corner, but it tells me nothing about where I've built stuff. Anyway, so that... finally... will be the satisfaction satisfying. Am I missing a sorter? Well, realistically, I actually need the sorters all the way down the line, and you can only actually fit 2 going into the next one. Now it's okay. I didn't build as many as could deal with all of the flow. And besides, it can only deal with 12. So really, I should only do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 18. It can deal with up to, well, yeah, 12, because it's 2 here, not 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So these 3 won't be able to operate when at full demand under normal circumstances. Do I want to get rid of them? Yeah, I'll get rid of those 3 for now, because I know, also that just happened to unhook it entirely from my network. Freaking zaw. Collides? Well, screw you too. There. We have done that. We have done that thing. Now how's the satisfaction? 85% power load. It's doing ever so slightly better. So this technology, the energy exchanger, this thing makes full accumulators, which is an ingredient required on the orbital collector. It needs 20 full accumulators. And reinforced thrusters. Oh joy. Wow. Alright. Good to know. Where was I making my stations? It was over here somewhere. It was part of my main base. I thought, maybe. I'm getting confused between playthroughs. Yeah, here. So I've got... This is the box of the interstellar logistics stations. One, two, three, huh? That'll be when I get that tech. And then it's... what? The accumulators, thrusters, and blue guys. Okay. No. We're going big boy. Oh, by the way, no matter where you are on the planet, you can just click on a thing and pull out of it whatever it's got. There's no distance limitation on these planetary logistics thingies. You can just take from them. This is what this next tech is going to do. This next building, this energy exchanger, allows you to input empty accumulators and output full accumulators. As belt items. That's what it does. Now, it's gonna pull power from your power system to do it. So let's just keep that in mind. It will use energy to do that. Speaking of which, let's add a whole nother 30 megawatts of charging. Alright, what is it that I actually need here? I need to bring in those. Demand. Storage. I will need those, and I will need the full accumulators. Accumulator full. And it will provide the logistics station. Oh, it will provide the logistics station. In fact, I'm probably also gonna provide the interplanetary stations too. So the interstellar ones and the orbital ones, and that'll be a remote supply and local supply. So I can just go in here at any time and grab interstellar logistics stations. And I can be wherever. Is that all of the things I was carrying? I guess so. I could just be wherever in the universe. Or wherever on this planet and grab them. Request them. Grab them. In this system. Well, that is the next step. How are we doing over here? Aha, you need red for what you're doing. The next tech, though, that one uses exactly the same amount of yellows, so yeah, we need to be a little more careful. My gosh, the stacking. The stacking! And we have that building. Now, that building requires titanium alloy. We're okay with this, right? We've got a bit of this. Doink. So, we will need a spot. Some other location. Hello, some other location. This location my aka some other. This location needs to make accumulators. Empty accumulators. It needs the silicon crystals, the blue thingies. Oh god. Okay. I'm making... Okay, I am providing those. It's interstellar because I'm going to need 3 inputs and 1 output. And I'd rather not use 2 of the other things. I need these. I need iron ingot. And I need to... Well, I need to supply the full accumulators here. That's what I need. Now this makes 1 every 5 seconds, so we can do 2, 3... 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, remote storage on... Whoops. Maybe I don't want them elsewhere. Remote storage on all of these. Yup. Yoppers. I could use more buddies. I need more buddies. Where are my buddies? Speaking of my buddies, I need to provide those reinforced doohickeys. Not this buddy setup. Where are the bros being made? My drones. My drones. I need my drones. Dubba. Get back up. Here. Dubba, down. Down. Thrusters. Thrusting and drones. There's my buddies. And these are the reinforced thrusters. Ew. Well, alrighty then. You're gonna live there.
Logistics station. You have taken the
Logistics
first step to
station.
establish the
But pretty sure you already told me that, buddy. You're gonna take the reinforced thrusters and supply them. Yeah. This, of course, assumes that I get enough titanium alloy made. Where am I making the titanium alloy? Pretty sure it was, like, just somewhere over here on this side. We've got one whole building. Ah, that's what the other sulfuric acid thing is for. That's what the other sulfuric acid thing is for. It's the alloy. It's the titanium alloy. Right. It uses titanium, steel, and sulfuric acid. I need to go there and scale that. Uh-huh. You there. That dead. You... There. You. Kill that. I need a... I need to actually offset a bit. To about there. Yeah, goodbye, sulfuric. Nice knowing ya. Why not dismantle and make... Nah. Nah. I could. I could make it look nicer. Just kill these things and... Make it all... straight. similar to that. So each one of these is 12. Well, no wonder I had jack all. Sure. Oh, power. Hi. So the problem here is that I'm not actually throughput limited. It's just backed up. I am making 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 buildings is exactly 6 per second. So yeah, it's fine with a Mark 1. It is within the amount for a Mark 1 build. And of course, 4 isn't exactly going to be consuming 6. 4 buildings isn't exactly consuming 6. So 4 per 12, that's 1 per 3. 1 per 3. 2 per 3 times 4. Yeah, 2 per 3 times 4 of sulfuric. So 2 2/3 is how much that consumes. And then this is also consuming another 1. 1 out of these 3. 1 sulfuric. Yep, 2.6 repeating here, 1 here, so I've got the potential for another, like, 3. 2.5, or 2 1/3 more. I have more! I have excess! Excess! Amounts, who'd have thought? I have excess! Speaking of excess, I will need more graphite here. And how does this work? What is this? Okay. I'm not doing that. I'm doing... Four, 5, 6, 7. How many is this covering? 6? 6 times... Whoops, wrong thing. Tech. 1.2. 36 times 6 to 16. 3.6. 3.6. It is 4. Well, I'll be. I don't like my inventory being full here. Goodbye. Come on down. There you go. Enjoy. Twice the amount of graphene. Or graphite, excuse me. And that will dramatically help. Oh, right, you're doing nothing, right? Aren't you? Aren't you doing nothing? You are doing absolutely jack all! Jack all, because I am demanding from here. Why? Why? I guess it would top up if I need more hydrogen. It would top me off. That's fine. That will work. And then how's our Tower of Tragedy doing? Halfway decently. I really don't need two massive towers of red. It's deleting the internal... Why do I have so much deuterium? I have a bit of deuterium, apparently. Good. Good? Yeah. Sure, or... That's hydrogen, alright. Ah, it's... Just do that. Upgrades, upgrades, upgrades. Take that, take that. Go, go, go. Enjoy! The Mark III. More. More! More! Go at it, buddy. Be free. Be free, my tower of madness and mayhem. Make as much as you possibly can. Fill her up. Fill her up for me. You're the limiting factor here. Actually. Of all the sciences, it's actually red right now. I'd have thought it'd be yellow, but no, it's red. It's clearly red. That's like the icky part here. Is that it is the red. Here's what we can do. Ta-da! Oh, right, so anytime I pick up cubes into my inventory, this use inventory item setting is going to consume them from my inventory to make science, even without having the matrix lab. So it keeps the inventory free of science for you as you occasionally pick things up. So yeah, that's all going in my backpack, right? Yeah. Glorious. Glorious stuff. 8.4 gigajoules of fuel value. Delete. And this is backed up. The blue is backed up fully. Now the red's starting to back up. Now the Tower of Pain. How is the top one flowing and the others... Wait. Like, how was the top one moving and the other one's not below it? Odd. Now we appear to have an inserter speed issue. Sorter speed issue. But I'll take it. I'll take it. Process the everything for me. In the meanwhile. we're going to head on over to that interstellar station and continue working on making these accumulators. It's like, what were we doing again? Oh, yeah. Oh, hey, we got the thing. Tech! We need Casimir, high strength glass, wave interference, quantum chips, gravity matrix. Get the sorter stack next. I need to get into science. into unlocking the green tech. That's actually gonna be the rest of this stuff down here. Wow. Alright. And then the stack capacity is required. Logistics drone carrying capacity would be nice. Research speed is not actually all that useful. Let's be honest. Not actually useful all that much. Inventory would be nice. And that's the full thingy. Now, why is lab speed not all that useful? Because more often than not, you're not limited by the amount of the amount of cubes you're producing. It's you're often limited by the cubes you're producing and not the speed at which they're being processed. The research speed helps improve the speed with which the science is processed. That is rarely the issue. Very rarely the issue. Now, if it was productivity, if it was some sort of a science productivity bonus, then hell yeah. Hell yeah, I would take it in a heartbeat. The fuh happened? What happened? Power? Hello? Hello? Power? How many is that? 6? 6? I expanded the graphite, yes, but that shouldn't be that much. That shouldn't be that big of a difference. How many does this need? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's just do 6. Insert, insert, insert. More. Alright, now we're charging. Now we're charging the existing accumulators. Charge, discharge, charge, discharge. I think part of it too is that I do have an existent number of solar panels. I have an existent number, and part of this is just the difference between being powered on this side of the planet and over here versus the not existent solar panels over here at this part of the equator. That explains a fair old amount, I would imagine. So, over here. Accumulators. What? Oh. Huh? Okay. Wait, you've not gotten any ever? Quad stack. Hello? Ooh. I'm out of magnets. I'm out of magnets. Of all things, I'm out of magnets. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to another planet in this system, and I'm going to make magnets. And I'm going to import magnets with an interstellar station. An interstellar station that will exist right here. And its mission in life is to import magnets. And it will supply stuff. You're gonna need a few logistic vessels. I'm gonna need a lot more power, but hey. Want a lot more power here on my home planet. One step at a time. Am I ready to actually leave to go to another location? No. Absolutely not, because I need to pick up more belt and more sorters and more power stuff. Belt sorters thingies. Actually, you know what planet was it that I was doing the solar panels? Klarkov 1, right? I was literally building solar panels here. I'm pretty sure. So I think I'm good there. Smelter. I have 55. More? I guess. Where am I building more? Here. More smelters. Take those. Let's put a storage down and free up some inventory space, because wherever I'm gonna go, I'm gonna take a whole bunch of foundation with me as well. And, well, let me land. So this Klarkov 1 has 1.3 million. Do you know how much my home planet has? 2.13. So that, and I'm tapped into basically all of it. This one has 4, and it's much further away. It's much further away, and its solar ratio is 56, wind is 70. This one has no ocean and a lot of buildable space. I'm going here, and I'm gonna tap into an iron node, couple of them, and just build stuff. Because I'm making solar panels there, and that means I don't actually need to bring any power generation stuff with me, and I can just go, and it's right nearby right now. Currently 0.3 AU away. Like, my gosh, that's super close. And we can go 2,000 meters per second. Boom. Oh, that's what we are planning. I didn't actually bring any foundation with me. That sucks. But I have a few solar panels now. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Mark II storages full of solar panels. I won't need power poles where I'm going with these. I won't need poles. We don't need no stinking poles around here. What we do need for poles is to find this pole. And I am not gonna bother with the doohickeys. I'm just gonna place these every single stupid tile. Actually, that doesn't work, does it? So these are the exact same size. Meaning I need to do things this way. So they're the exact same size as the wind turbines. The exact same footprint. Which means that if I don't keep a space between them, it doesn't evenly divide when going around the planet. Specifically the north-south. I'm not sure about the east-west like this, but on the north-south, you need to pay very close attention. This is the equator. I'm not carrying wind turbines. I'm carrying 7 freaking wind turbines. This is not wasted space. What the fuck are you talking about? Excuse me. Here's what you do when you need to when you want to put the wind turbines in. You delete the thing. And you put a wind turbine down on the exact spot. This is how I've placed my wind turbines this entire time. This entire time, this is how I've placed the wind turbines down. Following this pattern. Doink. Doink, doink. We're halfway there. You're gonna end up with massive... Well, you're gonna end up with gaps that are just slightly smaller than an actual building. If you don't have this gap. Like what? You fit an extra 3 or 4 around each thingy. I messed up. Okay, there. That's back on track. I'm doing what I'm doing. And it will maintain this pattern the entire way around. And yes, there'll be little tiny lines of a single tile. But I don't need to replace anything. Why do you think I need to replace anything? I don't need to replace anything. Like, why would I replace good wind turbines that I've already placed? Casimir Crystal Tech. Okay. Like, the wind turbines, they would go in these little slots, and there'd be 2 between of solar panels. If I had placed all the wind turbines, if I had all the wind turbines, and I placed them at their precise spots that they needed to be, I would only be able to put 2 solar panels between them, and there'd be a 1 tile gap. Because I very specifically built the wind turbines to be 1 extra tile away. Because without doing that, as we learned by doing it, if you build at the minimum build range on the wind turbines, it doesn't work on these particular spheres. You're left with an incongruency on the ends. They don't exactly meet up. And doing it this way, they will exactly meet up, and everything will look wonderful. We're trying to get it to look nice as we go around. Oh, it goes the other way. And guess what this allows? It lets you put the occasional belt through the system. It lets you sneak a belt in at ground level on occasion. My gosh, really? Okay. 1 more quadrant. And hey, we're getting soil. That's good too. And if we've done it right, it'll be an elegant ending. Oh my god, the elevation here. Well, yes, you can put the belts up and down, but why would you do that if you don't have to? I don't know about you, but if you've ever used the system to elevate the belts, it's very tedious and finicky. You may have noticed. I don't know if you noticed, it's actually really tedious to deal with belts that are elevated in this game. Just the fact that you can't actually see in true 3D in this game is a little bit of a detriment. There! One line! One line we have circumnavigated! We have circumnavigated once around the equator with solar panels. I mean, going 1 level is okay. Going 2 levels is a little harder. Anything that's like 3 levels or taller is not functional. Like, trying to even place a belt that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 layers high. You can do it! Good luck manipulating it. Good luck manipulating all that. We have 1 line, and now how much power do I have? Up to 108, but that's a lie. It's half that. So this generation capacity is going to tell you how much you got of all of the things, even if they're off. I think. Hold up. Test. Okay. Okay. It is apparently not telling you. It doesn't add the disabled solar panels to the generation capacity. It automatically adjusts the total amount of stuff. It automatically adjusts. That is nice, because that means that, yes, I can now count on having 108 megawatts of power up to, after circumnavigating this little globe here. Alright, I came here for a very specific purpose, and that was to tap into iron and make magnets out of said iron. I am here specifically to make magnets, and there's iron right over here. Click on a panel. What panel? A solar panel? I've clicked on it. Intensity 0, 0 watts. Yeah, so it's saying that it can make 0. So it's not actually counting into the generation capacity. And then this planet gets 116% energy ratio. So the ones that are active give 116% of the total generation. That is 7, 4, 5, 6, 8 total. Wow. That's a little small. That is a little small. Yeah, I know there's more nearby, and I will tap into all of them. 6, 6, 5, 6. I don't like that 5. Aha! 6. Ta-da! Okay, so that is... well, I've got mining speed of 20% right now, so it would be... this would be 12 per second, but... plus 20% from 12, so multiply 12 by 1.2. $14.4. And then multiply that by 1.5. And we need 22 smelters. We need 22 smelters to process 14.4 magnets. I actually will need more. Oh. Yeah, it's 21.6. 14.4 times 1.5 is 21.6. I have done that math on my screen beside me. So I need 22. Round it up. And then spacing, because of that silicon there. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, that's in the way. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Nah. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 12, 13, 14. Oh gosh, that's and I'm off by 1. I need to go there. I know I can bury it, but I'm not actually carrying any foundation with me. There is no blueprint feature, no. It's sad. And, I don't think we'll get one anytime even remotely soon because of the nature of building on spheres. Blueprints would be local to their position on the planet, basically. It'd be really hard. It'd be really hard. Need that across everything here. Really? Reach? Reach? And of course I need a belt that way, I need a belt that way, I need a belt. Let's actually go this way. These are both 6, right? Yeah. These are 6, 6, 6, and 6. Grid size changes on each planet because of trying to build in squares along a sphere. In fact, we have a great example of this right here. You see this line? You see how there is an offset here? These squares are smaller than these squares. You see how this square size is smaller than this square size? Every so often, the game has to adjust the size of the squares so that they don't get too big and aren't too small. And depending on where you build, the size of the square matters on spacing for some things. There are some parts of the planet where the square sizing is large enough for you to put your sorters and connect buildings that are adjacent to each other. I think right here, these squares are large enough that I can put a sorter here of distance 1. But if I tried to do that up here with 2 adjacent buildings, there's not enough space for these sorters. And they do that based off of latitude. They do the adjustments on latitude. Now the lines of longitude, there are your meridians. They are all perfectly straight. So your 2 circles marking the meridians, those are perfect circles around each other. And then at each pole, about the 6th circle out, you have 3 additional or 4 additional meridian lines that come off that are actually perfect up to that point around the thingy. Yeah, not all of the meridians are perfectly straight lines. There are a few that are perfectly straight, going north south. But all of the east-west lines, those are all perfectly straight lines. Every single east-west is perfectly straight. It is on the north-south meridians that they make the adjustments to adjust the square size, which ends up with, as Nilaus calls it, the occasional fault line right here. These are being called fault lines, B, yeah. Where we have this minor grid line shifting over and then going up. See, this is a meridian line that has to shift. It gets fault lined. Which, if you know about geology, like, yeah, that makes sense. To call them fault lines. They do look exactly like fault lines. Whoops. Whoops. Little overly snappy there. So the point is that complicates having a blueprint system in the game, and a copy paste system, because any blueprint that has like sorters going between two adjacent buildings would not work when the squares are too small. Whoops. Didn't mean to do that. Okay, and that is just one of these things with this game. Really? Yeah, also, sometimes you could actually fit an entire power pole in between the buildings because the squares are so big. I think I'm just gonna have to do this here. Okay, let's get this interstellar station placed down. It's unfortunate I can't actually fit it in right there. Could I, if that was trimmed? Oh. Oh, that's a planetary. I need the interplanetary. Huzzah! It fits. Yeah, it can only be done when you're building at closer to the equator, where the size of the squares can actually be pretty massive before the next adjustment. It only works when the square size is absolutely gargantuan. Or they're like slightly off set, so there's like half a tile that oops. Well, that's not what I wanted to do. So yeah, we fit it. It's a tight fit, but it's there. Now we need to call that a remote supply and give it its dudes. It needs buddies. It now has buddies, and I've definitely got the power to power it. There it goes. There goes a buddy. A vessel. A wessel. Glorious wessel. Now this is going to offload a lot at a time, up to 30 per second. It's emptying internal buffers right now, which is why it looks like it's a lot more than what it really is. It should be. It's eating through the buffers. It's chewing through most of the buffers anyway, I think. Oh. Would help if I had all of the things actually doing work for me. Would help if they worked. That would help. Now this is declining. Now it's declining. And now the throughput, it should be 14.4 total, so less than half the belt, technically, of what I'm using here. And that is magnets. 14.4 magnets. Whew. Yay! It is time to return home, but I don't know if I want to take all these solar panels with me. Where is home? Where is Clarkrov 3? There it is. 0.88 away. Go, go, go. So pushing W sends you in the direction of your camera that your camera is facing. That's what W will do. Oh, hey, we're going at 2,000 meters per second. Boom. We landed. Oh, hey, we did the thing. Now what? We were working on those accumulator thingy-madoohickeys. Oh wow, the whole stack is operating. Processing my cubes. Good. You are supposed to be the orbital collector. Which, you know, why not? Let's supply orbital collector. We'll supply orbital collector into there. What I need, in actuality, is copper. Copper? Huh. Copper. What's missing? For whatever reason, reinforced thrusters aren't here. Demand. That's why. That's why they're not here. And demand on that. I need to make the accumulators. We need more copper. More copper. Those, and those. There, and there. And then... Are you actually... Yeah, you're using all the things. Hey guys. How's the power here? Oh. I guess I filled some sort of a buffer and now it's done. Dunzo. Copper. Excuse me, I can't just hold a thing and click on it. It seems I can't just... Oh. Right. Power. I mean, speed. Belt speed. Yeah. Belt speed's good. Belt speed would be nice, probably. So how are you? You need, 1 to upgrade? Yeah. So the next one of these that's made, it needs one of these, which is waiting on these, which was waiting on copper ingots. Oh, also these things. Right. Yeah, I don't think I need to make those here. I'm pretty sure I don't need to make those here. 'Cause we've sorta got them. We has them. We has them. I've already made these things. And I don't, I don't need that at all, really. And realistically, I don't need this. I don't need, well, I need some of these, but I don't need those ones on the end. That's much better. Much, much better. Now, I probably should upgrade this machine as well. I'm going to have to do this in a completely separate spot, like a full factory of these particle containers to make strange matter as part of the green cubes and such. So we do have to take care of that as well at some point. Ooh, boy. So, do you have things now? How? Why? How? 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 How have you not... I need drones. I need local drones. Local drones. Where are they made? This way. This way. I thought. No? Where are my doohickeys? Ah, getting lost. Don't you love just getting lost on occasion? Here they are. Hi, buddies. Nice to see you. Would help if I had more titanium alloy. Ah, so it was here. Okay. I see. Oh god. I'm I'm down to 3. Huh. Alright, and I was up here, actually, at that interstellar. Yeah, you take those. Go get those. Go get those. I should have those. Where's the Tower of 4? The quad. Where's my quad? Here. Aha! Now it is limited by the greens. And the greens are being limited by... what? How can I rotate my camera here? Right click, there we go. Okay. We are limited by the output of these guys. These guys down here are not operating for what reason? They have the things. They don't have an output. Sorter. Alright, where was that? Hold on. Where was that? Stop. My quad. Turn around. Yeah, like, please. Please, game. Camera. My quad. My quad is where? That way. This is the way. Yeah, so it would help to make more of the green guys if I was actually outputting the material that they need. It would also help if this was a if this was an upgraded belt, which it looks like the transition is where? Here. Oh goodness. And this is all Mark 1 as well. Come on. Come on. I am holding down the button, by the way. Level 3. Go. Go. That is so much better. Oh my. Iron ingot. Hi, iron ingot. It would help if I had more iron ingots. It would help having more iron ingots, apparently. How you doing? Lack of doohickey, huh? Yeah. So... now the problem is lack of iron ingot on those super magnetic rings. Great. Great, 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 great. Hey guys. So, I've got iron ingots here. I've got quite a few, in fact, iron ingots here. How about we take some of these iron ingots and we split them off and we provide them. Does this have a free slot? Yep. Does this have a free slot? Yep. What's the easiest one to get to? Who knows? Probably this right here with a splitter. Okay, splitter. You. Iron. Supply. Congrats. You are now supplying iron ingots. Congratulations on more iron. Next. Oh boy, I wish this would actually be functional right now, but those stupid rings are being incredibly obnoxious and not coming to this location. But anyway, I need to place this. Say hello to the energy exchanger.
You have built a powerful energy exchanger and can use it to quickly fill the accumulator with the surplus electricity in the grid. You can also release the electric energy stored in the full accumulator with the same speed. With a stable logistics guarantee, it can continuously supply the grid with power.
This has a belt input. Can we appreciate that the energy exchanger has a belt input? Yeah. You can totally loop accumulators on belts. Yeah, you can ship energy with this. So if you have two of these, you can, for example, place a set of accumulators into the system, have one energy exchanger fill the accumulators, send them out to a box of whatever buffer size you want that goes into a different energy exchanger set to discharge. And it will discharge at the rate needed to provide power to the network, and it will give you the empty accumulators back that you then could recharge again. Based on percentage satisfaction and all that. A standalone accumulator discharges at 0.6. You wonder how fast this charges an accumulator. Well, it has a belt input, which usually says something. I would imagine that if your power grid is capable of charging 30 items a second, it would probably be able to charge 30 items per second times 600 kilowatts at a time and discharge the same. Well, correction. It charges at 600 for the amount of accumulation in the accumulator. So, yeah, when it holds 90 megajoules, it does take a little bit. Yeah, it's the capacity that would slow it down. Capacity slows it down. It's 90 megajoules, not 9. So, if it can only charge at 600 kilowatts per accumulator, we'll see. How many accumulators can it charge at one time? Because if it can charge an infinity number of accumulators at any one time, that would mean that, yeah, it could process 30 a second. I've got full accumulators placed right now. So, essentially, these buildings, what these energy exchangers allow for you to do is to store infinity amounts of energy as items, and then acquire that energy back on demand, basically. Whenever you want the energy back, you would be able to discharge those accumulators into your grid again. This is a massive space saver on solar setups. It allows you to basically have infinity accumulators and have all the solar ever. All the solar panels ever. Speaking of all of the solar panels ever, I may want to have all of the solar panels ever. Especially around this thing. Yeah, you see, even here, there's like a tile that's off. Something like that, anyway. Doink. 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 Yeah, because there's a little fault line right there. See what happens when you don't make slight adjustments? If you're just trying to place the things wherever they can be placed. Well, here in this hole, it's actually real difficult to keep things on the right track. Phew! More! So this planet is almost perfectly perpendicular to the axis of the star. As in, it doesn't have that much of an axial tilt. Look at this. Look at this, right here. Right here, you see how there's one on each side of that parallel? Where that has a thing on the parallel, and that thing's not on the parallel? Die. Die a horrible death. This is why we adjust. This is why we build on the freaking parallel. See? It's off. It is off. is off kilter. This is why I do the occasional adjustment. These ones in the middle section are just blah. Just blah. I have 87 solar panels. So my point being that because we're not at that great of a axial tilt on the poles, there isn't really a polar night or polar day. There's always going to be something lit in this system on these rings. Something is always going to be lit. See, it's all the way at the actual pole itself that it's polar night. Down here, it's winter zone right now, which just means that fewer than half are active at a time. A little fewer than half are active when it's here. We've unlocked green cubes. I wish I could make them, but I'm lacking iron plate or ingots. I am apparently lacking in iron ingot. I need more ingot. The gaudiest. Excuse me. Foundation support? Oh noes. It looks like this ring is evenly spaced. Not all rings are evenly spaced. Not all of them, sadly. Need foundations? Must have foundation. Must have foundation. Must kill all the water. All water must die. Where's the other pole? Where is that other pole? Get over here. Wee bonk. Ah, this one's got the this one's got the good stuff, huh? Yeah. How about we wow. We can fit one. We can fit one in between these. Yeah. One. Where's the pole? At the other side of the planet. Yeah, I know. It's great. It's great when you actually know where you're going. Tis fantastic. You know what? I'm just gonna place it at the outgoing lines. At those outgoing minor axes. And that's gonna be the alignment. Just at the, well, in this case, we'll offset. Yeah, that works. At each of the outbound miners. So all these lightly shaded, the lighter shaded lines, not quite the internal grid lines of the squares themselves. That's where I'm aligning these on this ring. all the way around for as many as I have for the solar panels. And I am now out of solar panels. And I could do an internal ring that is the same. Placing here, here, and here. And placing here, 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 here. 1, 2, 3, 4. How much power? Well, right now that's 98% intensity, 352 kilowatts, power load 60. So 352 up to on this planet. And that should help slightly. Slightly. Just a little on our power issues. Yep, 'cause summer, they're active. Alright, so how are we doing here? Still. So what's going on is that I am consuming these things as well. Where is my quad again? Quad, yes. I am perhaps consuming, yep, that's what's happening. So building the Dyson Sphere would allow me to get some energy from it, yes. But not, like, I'm in the process of getting to the point where I can start actually building the structure. The solar sail thing, yeah. It doesn't actually make that much right now of energy. Let me show you where I'm currently launching. I have one launcher. I don't want to do the launching of the stuff on this planet, really, if I can't help it. If I can help it. I want it on a planet with more stuff, more space to build around. Like, this planet just needs so much work. Yeah, so solar sail life is limited right now to half an hour. Yes, and when you build the sphere, they become permanent, but my point here, my current Dyson Sphere can only give me up to 6 megawatts. And it's only when you are in daytime and can act, or are pointed, yeah, at daytime, pointed at the sun, that you can receive said power. Now, I could put this ray receiver at each pole, technically, but Remember when I said about this planet not being particularly tilted? Meaning it still spends half the day. Like, the polar day and night is only at the exact pole on this planet. And I need to make another ray receiver to do it. It's our good friend, the super magnetic rings, again. And photon combiners and silicon. Well, that's these things. And silicon? But it's 6.2. That's the That's my point. It's 6.2 megawatts right now. Woo! I'm needing... I spend... Click the thingy. I spend 156! I can make 249! If I know if I launched more sales and used more of my resources to launch more sales, then sure, it could give a bit more than that, but it's... no. No. Especially on an oil planet, which you need to dance the dance of hydrogen and the processed oil. Like, on this specific planet with oil, we have to balance hydrogen and processed oil, and the only way to really do that is to shove the excess of each into power generators. And you need to use the power to keep that being used here. I want to be at high percentages of consumption versus the production so that I can maintain that flow of energy, or maintain that flow of both the hydrogen and the processed oil. The refined oil. Hello, Ollie. Why, hello, pretty boy. That's a pretty boy who wants to get away. Who wants to go on the opposite side of my desk, apparently, for whatever reason. Hello. Well, regardless, it's actually time to end the stream. After all of that, I need to end things off. I need a lot of iron ingots now. Apparently. So that's the next thing. I need to go and I need to get more iron ingots. Wait, why are you not powered? Hi. No, stop! He was licking the top of my water bottle. Kitty, Ollie, was licking the lid of my water bottle. Thanks. Thanks, Ollie. Yeah, this base is just a freaking massive cluster of mayhem. We're probably just gonna go to Kharkov 4 to get the ingots, because we need a bit more scale than what 1 over here can provide in terms of the few iron patches that it has. We're just going to go to 4, set up some smelting over there. I might do some of this scaling stuff off screen, just to have stuff that we've already seen before get thrown out of the way, so we can focus our streams on actual progression. Similar with, like, foundations, like placing foundations. Do you want to watch me place foundations for 2 hours, 3 hours? No, probably not. We want progression, so I'll be continuing this. This will be my personal thing going forward, my personal save, as I don't progress content-wise off-screen, but progress scaling-wise off-screen for the things that we've seen before. And only really the things that we've seen before and the processes we've seen before, just doing more of it so that we can actually advance. So that we can actually advance and do wonderful things and keep on progressing. With that, folks, I would like to thank you all for watching. This has been Otaku Showboat. If you have enjoyed today's stream, please be sure to do all of the social and engagement stuff below the video. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, hit the notification bell, become an Erudite Otaku member of the channel, and of course, you can support on Patreon at patreon.com/otakushiba if you are so inclined and able. I will be back tomorrow morning with Audionauts and back again in the afternoon at the same time for more of this playthrough. I hope to see you all on the next one.